So I performed magic to strangers for the first time, basically one on one, and I'm so happy that I did it. It was actually a challenge that was put out by the underperforming hobbyist.
So my challenge for all the underperforming hobbyists that watch this channel is to perform one trick to one person in a low stakes environment.
And I thought, even though I had been on stage and done magic, the idea of performing kind of one on one with a stranger just seems more intimidating to me. I don't know why. You would think that it would kind of be a little bit easier because there's not as much pressure to be on stage, but it's kind of like when I was up on stage, I was like, people could pay attention or not. I'm just kind of there. And people did pay attention, thankfully. But when it's one on one, it's like just solely focused there. And it's like if you mess up, it's going to be there, which of course there's going to be mess ups. But I guess you could say I kind of like eased my way into it a bit. So not a lot of people that I know actually know I've been practicing magic tricks at all. More so they do now because I shared that I had went on stage and did that, and people were like, "Oh my god, I had no idea." And I wanted to start sharing magic more just to practice as well to perform because like honestly it's a great feeling to see people be happy, entertained, blown away by whatever you're showing them, and it's great, and it's I want to keep sharing that feeling. And so it was kind of funny because when he said that, I was going on vacation, so I was like, what better way to perform magic to strangers when you're on vacation at a place you may never see anybody again? So easy, low risk, not too worried about it. And before I left, I had actually did some tricks to some people who I'd worked with, friends with, that had no idea that I did it. And they loved it. It was so it's really kind of funny actually. So the underperforming hobbyist Fred, he did a lot with the lucky ladybug trick, and seeing people's reactions that he had, I was like, you know what? I think this seems like it'd be like a good wholesome trick to kind of do on people and give people a little keepsake. Very cool to see the reactions that he had with those people that they had from that trick. They're like, that was the best trick ever. And I was like, I want to, maybe I should look into it. It seemed like a nice little wholesome thing to do. So it was funny. I actually got the trick. My wife knew absolutely nothing about it, and I performed the trick on her. And the trick is that a ladybug disappears and then appears, and it appears on your hand. So this ladybug right here is the one that actually scared the crap out of her. When her hand turned around and the ladybug was there, she screamed and like flicked it off of her hand. She got so scared. I was like, it's not supposed to be a scary trick. It's supposed to be a nice, wholesome trick, not scary. And I really hate I did not record that because I was debating like, should I record this just to see sort of how it goes? Because I wasn't expecting full on that, but I did not. And you know what? That was perfectly. I regret not doing it because that went hilariously amazing. I actually did that trick to one of my friends, and I thought they would enjoy it, and they did. They loved it. They did not see it come. They were like, that was the first time they'd ever seen me do a magic trick, and they were like, wow, that was awesome. It's like, all right, well, it's only going downhill from here, right? No. So I showed them some trick decks. I love the mental photography deck. The first time I saw that trick, I was like, I was blown away. Like that was the coolest thing ever. And so I was lucky enough to have the magic shop near me that had it in stock, and I've been working on it. And that was a trick that I've been performing to just a bunch of people because I think it's just so cool. It's so visual. It's instant. And you're like, what? You see the deck completely blank, and then suddenly cards emerge, and then they disappear again, and you're just like, what? So I showed them that, and they actually got somebody who I had no idea who this person was. They were like, hey, you should see this trick. It is amazing. So I was like, cool. Before I went on vacation, trick done to a stranger. And they were like, I have no idea how that happened. That is amazing. And so I was like, all right, way to get my confidence up. And started to perform to people just randomly. And it went great. I don't have any footage of me recording, mostly because I just didn't want to record like without their consent and then be like, okay, do you mind if I do it? So I'm just like, nah, I'm just gonna do it just for my own, just for my own sake. And some went well, some not. So it was, I kind of like cheated the first time because I kind of just had the deck out and was like playing with it, which I heard Craig Petty and Lloyd Barnes say they do. It's like people, they'll just be messing with cards and people go, oh, do you do Magic? And so sure enough, we were waiting for our food at a place and I was just playing with the cards. They were like, do you do Magic? I was like, yeah, sure. You want to see something? And so I was like, hey, that's easy. I didn't have to approach him and ask him the question, and did the mental photography deck. It went pretty good. I tried to do something a little bit fancy and it kind of like slid out at the end of a card still visible. And I was like, yeah, most of the time if that happens, I just go with, yeah, I thought about that. That's why I showed up. Just, but then, he was talking about wanting to get into Magic or learning some like card slides. So I showed him some of the card slides that I knew, and basically like the Erdnase change, and he was like, whoa, that's crazy. I was like, okay. So that turned out pretty well. And then eventually I asked some people if they wanted to see it and showed them that. And it's always good whenever people ask other people to come. And one was just like, I could not have scripted it any more perfect in my head. Usually what I do with the deck is I'll have people just name a card and they'll name something and a card will appear and it's, more than likely not going to be their card. I just go something like, close enough, or, oh, it's the same color, same suit, whatever. Someone actually said, I think it was like the Ace of Clubs, and I immediately cut to it. It's like they were probably like blown away, and it was great. And then it all disappeared. And it was funny because that time, I sort of knew to myself, like the more I did these tricks, the less nervous I got. Is that's the hard thing, is just kind of getting over the nerves. And I was like, the tricks weren't really well, the less nervous I was. Which is like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But actually kind of like seeing it just helps make me feel better. And that's like the biggest thing, is just getting over the nerves with it. Because you're nervous, you don't want to mess up, right? Like you're promised somebody a magic trick. Usually if they say, hey, can I see something? It's not as crazy as, hey, do you want to see something cool? And it's like, oh no, I messed it up. But I think which none of them really ever got messed up. But see that, because that's the big thing, is how much do you practice versus how much do you actually do it. But it went fantastic, and I am extremely happy that I got over the courage to just ask people, like, do you want to see this? And hopefully I still keep doing that. And in a bit of amazing news that I was actually really, really happy about, a place near me wanted to do a comedy night. Usually I like to mix in magic and comedy. And they were like, if anybody's interested, reach out. And so I messaged the place. I sent them one of my videos that recorded, and they loved it and wanted me to do like a 10 to 15 minute set at their very first stand-up open mic night thing. And so I was like, that is awesome. It made me feel really happy that, I'm practicing on the stuff, working on it, and I want to keep performing and doing all that, and to reach out to a place and the place be like, yes, absolutely, come on. And really I had that happen with like the talent show too that I entered, and it's just it's a great feeling. And I think hopefully this gives people the confidence that if you are out there practicing magic, doing whatever, go out there and perform it for others. Because I think you'll be impressed with yourself and how much people really enjoy it. And so hopefully this can give you the confidence, because it's like same thing. If I can do it, then anybody can do it, because I'm nothing special. I'm just sitting here, having interest in it, practiced it. And it's like, all right, how much practice am I going to do before I actually go out and do it? And that's always the hardest part, right? Just telling yourself to go out there and do it. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results if you do it. And so, hey, challenge yourself. If you haven't done magic anybody, or, it doesn't even have to be a stranger. Maybe it's friends that have no idea you've been doing it. I don't tell people, like, by the way, I'm practicing magic. Oh, can you do a trick? Nah, I ain't got none right now. Or, like, that's why I'm like, I'm not sitting here like bragging, like, yeah, I'm working on the magic stuff here. I'm not. Wish I had footage and stuff to show you all. But if you want to see my first ever performances on stage and my thoughts on them, click or tap this screen now. Thank you all if you watch this, and a big shout out to the Underperforming Hobbyist for shouting me out. I really, truly appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who watched that first video. Thank you so much.